Well guys, here's the installation instructions that I can provide for putting a Mercedes OM60x turbo diesel engine into a 3VZE Toyota pickup or 4Runner. And this is also the first video I'm going to try shooting on this Galaxy S26. So we'll see how that part of things goes. But you're probably asking yourself right off the bat, why in the world do you send all these loose parts? Why don't you send us prefabricated mounts like you do for everything else? And the simple answer for that is because this engine's actually a lot like the TDIs. These mounts are designed to work for any 6-aught, so 601, 602, 603, 604, 605, and 606. And they have the same motor mount location from the bell housing mating surface. So if we throw a tape up there and we come up to our motor mounts, you're going to have the same distance on a 602 as you are a 606. The difference is the length that sticks out to the front is going to be what's longer or shorter. And because of that, that's going to dictate where you set the truck forward and back. So that's going to require your engine mounts to need to change. I'm not going to have a different set of motor mounts for every single 6-aught variant because this is already an incredibly niche swap. Very few of these swaps being done. If you want to have something this original, you need to be willing to put in some work to have that. So just like the TDI, all I'm going to have is some more DIY type parts. But this is a very comprehensive kit. You get the plates that bolt to the engine block. You get the plates that bolt to the rubber isolator. They actually call this the stabilizer bracket. It's just a steel cap that goes over your rubber. And then you have these gusset pieces, and these are the most important part of everything because the angles and the side-to-side length is all predetermined to keep your engine so that your transmission is straight, because you're using my transmission adapter. Well, that clocks the engine a specific way to the transmission. So if you want to keep the transmission flat, you need to have this engine clocked in correlation with the transmission adapter. And so my motor mounts do that for you. As long as you keep your plates flat right here when you weld them and flat and tight up against the block plates, that's going to keep your angle happy. Your side to side is also going to be happy. So that means our engine is centered. The only thing you're really doing with these is you're adjusting how far forward and back you want the engine and transmission, and how high up and down you want your engine in the engine bay. And of course that also dictates your angle of your engine. So from the cars that I've measured, they usually tilt backwards about 3 to 5 degrees. And with these mounts, the way I have my prototypes mocked up, it's between 5 and 6 degrees. So the installation is fairly simple. You're going to get your transmission adapter bolted up to your transmission and your engine. You're going to get everything installed in the truck. You're going to bolt up your transmission cross member to your transfer case or your transmission. And then you're going to hook up your engine hoist on your engine. Get your engine where you want it, relatively speaking. And then you're going to take a floor jack, and I like to come under and put the floor jack right underneath the output part of the transfer case, because that hangs down, and so that is a great, easy, simple way to tilt the whole thing. And I can stand here as one person, run this with my left hand, and watch over here as I'm changing the angle of the engine to get my plates fitting nice and tight on both sides. So once you have that part done, now we're going to position our plates. So I like to leave, these are designed so that you can leave a gap on the outsides, so you can weld on both the outsides and the insides. Keep in mind, you'll want to put your socket over your bolt heads so that you know you have enough room to get your socket over your bolt heads, and then the same goes for the nut that goes over your rubber isolator stud. And then in here is where you can mount your little triangular gusset. Now you can tilt these if you want, if you need to for whatever reason. They are designed so that you can do that. This side is a lot tighter, but you still do have room to get over here and get weld on both sides. So once you have everything where you want it, I like to draw a line all the way up and down. That shows where I want my plate, this direction. And then I come in and I draw a line going down to that corner and over. And you can draw 2 or 3 lines like that. And then that lets you line up how far this way it needs to go. And then it will also keep you clocked in this kind of angle. And of course, it's never a bad idea to label AA, BB, or 1122. And then you're going to do the same thing over here. Draw a line going all the way up. Then draw a couple lines perpendicular going all the way up to the corner. And that's going to let you take this part out if you want to go weld it on a bench. Now what I highly recommend you do is bring your welder over to your truck and just tack it into position right here in the truck. That way nothing moves. You have your engine exactly where and how you want it. You can lightly tack it up the first time because I guarantee you're probably going to want to adjust some things. And I would tack it very lightly on the block plates. Tack it in place, let your engine hoist down, and now the weight of the engine and transmission is going to compress those rubber isolators. So everything is going to change just a little bit. At that point, you need to see if you're happy with where it's sitting, or if you need to break your tacks loose and raise your engine up a little bit higher to compensate for your sag. So I highly recommend, before you tack anything or test fit the weight of the engine, measure somewhere so you have a reference point of how high the engine is from your chassis when your engine hoist has all the weight. That way, after you let the weight off the engine hoist, if you do need to come back up, you know you have that base measurement you can compare against, and now you can come back and adjust for that and hopefully get her right in the second shot. So hopefully that takes the scare or the fear out of this for you. Super simple. All the hard parts done. All the angles and the lengths and all that stuff's already figured out. All you got to do is get your engine laid in there, get those tacked up, test fit it when you're happy, weld them in completely, and your engine's bolted in. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope to see you in a future video.